Howdy folks, Singing Toad here. Thank you very much for tuning into my channel today, and I hope you're having a very special day, because I know I sure am. I've got a very special knife here, and I can't wait to talk about it. Stay with me, folks. You're watching the Singing Toad YouTube channel. Howdy folks. Today, I just want to preface this video by saying I've had hardly no sleep last night. Not because I'm working overnights. For those of you who don't know, I work overnights. I actually didn't work last night at all. I could hardly sleep because I was so excited to make a video about this knife that came in. And folks, I know I'm not going to get any rest until I get this video out, so here I am. Folks, this knife that is in this box is something that I reached out to a custom knife maker who happens to live out in Nova Scotia, or excuse me, Newfoundland. My apologies, that's Newfoundland, out in the Maritime provinces of Canada. Some of you might know him. I'll get to that momentarily. He's a very, very, very talented individual. Amazing YouTube channel, and I'll be putting a link to all his channel and stuff down in the comments, or excuse me, down in the video description box. Folks, sorry if I'm a little all over the place here. I am running on very low sleep, but I got to get this video out. I'm not going to get any rest until I get this video out. But anyway, I reached out to this individual back in the spring of 2024 about getting a custom knife made for me, and it literally just arrived. Now, for those of you who don't know, today, as of the date of this video that I'm filming, is September 7th. That is my birthday. This knife literally arrived just a couple days before my birthday. And boy, folks, what an amazing birthday present. I've just had some recent birthday presents come in. You know, I did a video, Slip Joint Sawyer sent me some really cool SAKs. But here we are. Here's another one that's really going to take the cake, so to say. So without any further ado, folks, you've watched my hands wave around long enough, and I'm sure someone by now has already clicked off and left me a nasty comment about it. Let's go ahead and get into it. I'll be right back. Alright, so inside the box was this lovely burlap sack. But it's not the burlap sack we're going to talk about. It's what's inside here. Let's go ahead and get that out of the burlap sack. Folks, may I present to you a custom Kyle Noseworthy bake apple knife. Just look at that sheath. It does feature a drain hole, all leather construction. Of course, it does have a rivet and some stitching, and from the best of my understanding, Kyle does these sheaths himself. These are made in his shop. You know, he's not just ordering these from, you know, somewhere and just stamping his name on it. In fact, I think that's actually laser etched. I think how he does that. I don't know how well the camera will show it, but it does say Newfoundland and Canada. Couldn't read what that second word was. Newfoundland, Canada. Of course, Can Knives' logo and handcrafted, and the Newfoundland flag there. And let's go ahead and get the knife out of the sheath. I'm sure I've teased you guys long enough. Folks, would you have a look at that? Just going to slow roll the knife around here. Allow you to just drink that in with your eyes. Got his maker's mark right there. Full flat grind. Sharpening choil. This knife is very, very sharp. In fact, I almost cut myself when I took it out of the box. I couldn't believe just how sharp this thing was. Kyle did an outstanding job on that sharpening job. 01 tool steel. Forged finish. I'm not sure what material those rivets are made from, but they look like aluminum, if I had to guess. Blue burlwood or curly maple, excuse me, my apologies, that's curly maple. and then the yellow liners. Now folks, for those of you who follow my channel, you know blue's my favorite color. You might wonder, the yellow? That's my wife's favorite color. When I reached out to Kyle, I told him I wanted a knife that represented both my wife and I, so that someday I'd be able to pass this down to a grandchild, you know, or maybe a great-grandchild. And, you know, I did kind of think about getting it maybe inscribed with Singing Toad or something like that, but I decided, you know, long after Singing Toad is done and gone, you know, my name will be within the family, hopefully, still remembered, and I'd rather just have a generational piece that symbolizes my wife and I, and not just a silly YouTube channel. Does have a flat spine, so you can strike a ferrocerium rod. 01 tool steel is a carbon steel, so you actually could use this to strike a piece of flint to throw sparks if you didn't have a ferrocerium rod. Stunning little knife. Now, in my hand, I can only get a 3-finger grip on it, but that's fine. This is not meant to be, this isn't your big game defense knife. You know, this isn't your bear defense knife. This isn't your tree chopping knife. You know, this is a small little companion belt knife. A great knife actually for youngsters or someone for their first knife. You want to, you know, get a lovely custom gift for someone. Hint, hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. But when I reached out to Kyle, you know, I requested these colors. I requested the full flat grind. The Bake Apple doesn't come standard with a full flat grind. That was a request. And the forge finish. And basically the rest, I just let him decide what he wanted to do. And wow, Kyle, you did an absolute amazing job. I'm just blown away, folks. Now, the blade is not terribly long, so if we go right from where the sharpening choil is, 1, 2, just a touch over 2 inches long. Again, you might say, what type of knife is this? This to me is a small little caping knife, a little paring knife, a little utility knife, many things. But a small knife, in my opinion, for around the camp, is a lot more useful than a big, long, giant, you know, 7-8 inch long thing that you can chop your finger off trying to do delicate tasks with. This is something I'd much rather have, and because of the way it's designed and the way it's kind of handle heavy, you have a lot more control for carving. So you want to do some whittling or whatnot, or you want to skin out a deer or a game animal or cape an animal, this is a much better option than, you know, your big giant buck 124. Not saying you can't get the job done with a 124, but I'd rather have this in my hand. So, inside the box, it did come with Kyle's business card, and there's nothing on the back side. I'll just hold that there for a sec. And I'm just going to place some things around here. Put that over there. Also came with a sticker. You guys know where that's going to go. That's going to go in the gun safe. And it did come with a little certificate. And before I show it on the camera, I'm just going to make sure that I'm not revealing anything. Okay, yeah. So it did come with a little certificate of authenticity, you know, telling you the materials and all that, and right on, and, you know, warranty, and I've got my thumb over my real name right there. Now, to get the elephant out of the room, folks, when I reached out to Kyle privately. I did not reach out to Singing Toad. I used my real name, my personal email address, not the one associated with my YouTube channel, or any YouTube stuff for that matter. And I did that for a couple of reasons, but mainly because I didn't want him to feel obligated to treat me any differently and give me a discount. You know, there's been other people who've gotten knives made from him that are on YouTube who've gotten discounts and gotten, you know, preferred treatment and this, that, and the other thing. I didn't want Kyle to feel obligated to do that for me. Not that I think that he would, but I just didn't want to do that. I wanted to just reach out to him as an average Joe, because that's who I am, folks. I'm just an average Joe. I'm nobody special. So I just reached out to him as a regular guy, expressed that I wanted this knife, this custom knife made. I paid for this with my own money, 100%. I'm not going to discuss what I paid for this thing, but I can tell you right now, because it was custom, It did cost more than what he sells these things for on his website, significantly more in fact, but I'm not going to discuss any of that with you because Kyle does his pricings, and if you want to get a knife like this made, you got to talk to him. I'm not going to speak for him, but I can tell you right now, I am very, very happy with the quality of this knife, and I'm just blown away by it. I mean, this will be a knife that I know someday I'll be able to pass this down, and a great-grandchild will be able to use this and enjoy it, or even beyond. You know, this knife will live longer, way longer than I certainly will. Anyway, folks, that's all I have to say about that. Take care, my friends. This is Singing Toad signing out.